Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, in what many refer to as the prettiest little stadium in America and home to the Georgia Southern Eagles. But trust me, it can get a little ugly if you come in here and you're not an Eagle. And this is the kind of game college football fans love because they don't have to wait for the weekend for this Conference USA showdown. As we'll see, the UTEP Miners taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Georgia Southern Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Miners will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Georgia Southern's offense will get the first crack at it here. And here comes their leader, Jesse. He just has a way of elevating everybody's play.
And he's a point guard, too. So good at distributing the football, finds the open guys, and he makes this offense go.
Makes it go, and just, you can trust him. Everything is available. You're not playing with one arm behind your back. You got all guns blazing.
Here's the handoff. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Give to the back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. Side of the field, they're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. So the UTEP Miners offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
The defense is playing a 3-4, so there's some natural bubbles up front. I think that's where this offense is trying to attack them with that fullback run. Nice job by the linebacker, though, getting him down.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Riley. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Running with power. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The give to the fullback. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
At the 44. Brings up 2nd down.
Now on 2nd down. On the option. Makes one man miss. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Tackled, but he has a first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Miners will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Forced out of the pocket. He's going to take off. At the 45 on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Snares it outside. It's Staley. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Quickly complete. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He's going to run it. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll throw it from the red zone. Underheat, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And he's almost to that first down marker. They're saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Georgia Southern will have it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Now improvising. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution, running and throwing the football? Wow.
UTEP 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. That last one looked like a back-breaking drive, David, but they ended up punting.
Yeah, they put some plays together, put some yards together, but the most important stat is putting points on the board. And this offense has to finish, Jesse, when they get across that 50-yard line and start getting in scoring territory.
Yeah, there was some good execution, no doubt about it, but I think it's the critical down and distances, 3rd down in particular. They've got to be better moving forward.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. He'll ride his man on the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Phillips. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't. Back like that, the defender got caught red-handed. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Now on the option. He'll toss it. They knock him down right there.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Here comes the option. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pulls it in. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
On the option. Now the pitch. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UTEP.
Touchdown, UTEP.
And you love giving it to the big boy right near the goal line, plowing ahead. You know he's going to put two hands on the football, lower his shoulder. Second and goal. You don't need third and goal, thanks to the big fella.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink.
Got a lot of running room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Setting up the screen. Oh, he not only blows it up, he picks it off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. They'll start this drive with a pass. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. Fires left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jolly. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up for it.
And it's good from 58 yards out. And let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Southern.
Very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. TCU rolled to victory in front of those fans in Fort Worth who had the Go Frogs hand sign up for 60 minutes. Super Frog was flexing all game too. As complete a win as they've had for some time.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick. Palmer again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
They're bringing heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
Pressure coming. Finds his big tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Miners will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half. So
he wants to go deep. And that pass picked off. He'll try to take it back. And he showed off the wheels after using the hands on the pick, and he gets it down to the 34-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his second interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
He'll start this drive firing. Finds his man. It's Jolly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Just such a nice job by him understanding his responsibility in that cover 2 zone scheme. He's just floating over the middle of the field. He's just very aware of tight ends and running backs around him. And as soon as he sees color, as soon as he sees an intended target, he's already running that way. And he's able to jump the throw and pick it off.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Time to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 35. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On the move from inside his own 20. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on second down. Oh, he wants it all. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Statesboro. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the prettiest little stadium in America.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football palm right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. On the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. coming.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Off the play fake. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, you get the incompletion there on 3rd down, and you've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down 1 possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, then you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score, Jesse, that he uncorks one deep. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll run the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
2nd down coming up.
Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. The option look. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Miners will bring the punt team onto the field. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Feeling some heat. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. On the return, it's Singleton. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break one. At some point in this game, he's going to break a home run. Defense did a nice job getting him down there, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a play away from taking it to the house. Keep letting this guy do his thing.
Goes to the option. And the Miners are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And you gotta throw the fullbacks a bone occasionally, okay? Those dudes have one of the worst jobs on the field. Always blocking every single play, down in, down out. When you get those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
They'll run the option.
Fullback with the carry. Gain of 2. 2nd down coming up.
And on 2nd down for this offense. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. You've already sent your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Finds his man down the middle. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. The Miners will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Bo.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Pulls it in. It's Smith. He's brought down solid. Pick up on a little bit short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Staley. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Hands it off. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
You know, you always talk about a risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They'll throw it on first down. He's got the tight end. He's
Complete.
minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Brings up second down.
Looking to throw on second down. Coming after him. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, trying to find his man. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The offense set for a first down play. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for space, it's Baker. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy, and he's able to get the tackle for loss.
They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis.